So this is just a project I'm working on, and so I just thought it might be cool to actually showcase two things which I feel like which people might want to know about. So this actually connects to the real time. So this is time for me, and it will actually affect the real time, and this lighting will go up if it's a certain time. So my code is if the clock time, since it's already been set, if the clock time is below 6 or above 18, which would be above 6 o'clock in the afternoon, or 6 p.m. If it's above 6 p.m. or below 6 a.m., then the lighting will go on, because, yeah, but, that's something which I feel like some people might be interested in. And, another thing is this. So, when we go over here, you've always got your own, custom, dorm, and so I thought, it might be cool to showcase how I create custom dorms, because it may seem like it's just a model, but every single player gets their own dorm. So I'll explain how that works. I'm still working on this, so I'm not going to showcase that. These are random test papers, and funnily enough, something in this will explain how this time works. So this is everything inside of the game. So this is just a start thing, so let's show you the time. So the time is displayed over here, and that's the test UI. So this is basically how this calculates the time. So I really do suggest, if you want to learn more about this, going to this link, which is all about OS and how it works, because this is what I do. So let's explain it. So OS is how many seconds have passed since Unix proj, which was exactly this date, under current UTC time, obviously. So os.time will return those many seconds, and so that would be, so using that we're able to calculate exactly when something is. So using this, Roblox does the math using os.dates to do stuff like this. Like, these are specifiers, meaning different things, and when we do os.dates with something like this in a string, it will then create that date in the certain identifiers over here, to then create that, and it will need a certain time when to date it, and so we're doing os.time. So the way the time of day works is doing os.date %x, because if we find %x, which is over here, it is the time, and time of day uses this exact format, and it's a whole lot easier to use, and so that's how I get time. And as for this is a simple IMP. So, well, capital I, capital M, and lowercase p. So capital I is the hour using a 12-hour clock. So then we can do 12, and then we can just continue, because this would be 23, and I feel like it would be easier to have 7, something like that. And so 0 something, and so I'd use percentage I. Percentage M is the minute, 48, so 27 would be over there. It uses a normal colon, that isn't worth anything, and so it won't be dated, and so that's easy. And the lowercase p after space is either AM or PM, so then you can actually understand which one it is. So another thing I feel like which might be useful is the dorms, because fun fact, there's no like, there's just this. This is the only model, but it doesn't just teleport them here. So let's explain how the dorms work in another place. So file, new. Okay, so step one. Let's just create a place where we want to go to. Well, not go to, but a space where we're going to spawn our character when they leave the selected area. So it's going to go ahead and do leave location. Let's just duplicate that. Let's make it a door. Let's make sure they're both anchored. I make this one have can collide not, and leave door, and just for satisfaction let's lock this part so then we can't select it. So let's just add a click detector and a script, and we'll get more into this, but for now we're just going to do script.parent.mouse click connect function player. So now let's create a place where we want to teleport them to. So let's make it a nice quote unquote comfy room. That was scared I accidentally made it go away, but let's just make it a nice and comfy room which we want to teleport to. Let's just go ahead and anchor this. Entry location, and this is going to be entry door. So let's just make it so then we just want to do local character is equal to player dot character, and then we just want to go ahead and do local root is equal to character wake child humanoid root parts, and then we're just going to do root dot c frame is equal to workspace dot leave location dot c frame. So this is pretty simple. Let's just copy that and entry location. So now let's go ahead and play. And so then now we just teleport between the two rooms. It's honestly just that simple. But let's say we want a certain one of these rooms for each player. We don't want them to get overcrowded. Well, this is how we're gonna do it. So firstly, let's just make all of this a model. We're going to call this so how I do it is I do dorm and then 0. This is how I named it. And then over here, this anchored part, we're just going to make this the prime part. And we're just going to go ahead, primary part, prime. So then now, anything, if prime moves, everything over here is going to move with it. Do you understand how this is going to work now? I hope so. So let's go into server script service and do a game.players.player added connect function. So this is a simple function for every time a player gets added into the game. So we firstly want to do a new dorm, which would be workspace dot underscore dorm 0 clone, and we just want to do new dorm dot parent is equal to workspace. This is something I got wrong, and I just like, oh man, and then I realized it was just parent new dorm dot name is equal to, oh, so we're just going to do current dorm. So we're just going to set this to 0. we're gonna go ahead and do current dorm would be equal to current dorm plus 1, and then this is it. Function find last dorm. All we need to do is we just need to go ahead and do we're gonna do and then we're just gonna do local last dorm workspace get children do if the dot name split, because we're gonna do an underscore 2 is double equal to dorm dot dot to string a minus 1. Then we just want to do last dorm would be equal to v, and then we just do return last dorm. And so we just want to go ahead and do would be equal to player dot name dot dot underscore dorm dot dot current dorm. So we need our player dot name, because then we can identify when the player joins and goes through the door. We can identify their current dorm by going through the player's name. So now we've done that, we're gonna need to do local prime would be equal to new dorm with child prime, because we can't have the model going through every single other model, because that's just going to make them spawn in the same place again, and it's just going to ruin the whole entire concept of creating certain dorms for certain people. Okay, so we're going to do prime dot c frame is equal to, okay, so this is why we need the find last dorm, because we're going to go ahead and do last dorm is equal to find last dorm current dorm. So literally we're just gonna do would be up to last dorm with child prime dot c frame dot x plus, and then we're just gonna do prime dot size dot x plus 5. Okay. And so then we're just gonna do last dorm with child prime dot c frame dot y, and then we're just gonna go ahead and copy this for speed. And so then now we've just got that. So then hopefully I haven't tested this yet. When we play, I have honestly no clue if this is going to work like my other one. Yeah, there we go. So we've got Jasper Agent Dorm 1. No, last time I checked. Is it because we're changing here? Very interesting. Oh right, yeah, but it's because we instead we just want to do set primary part C frame. I think that was its name. Yeah, okay, I think that's its name. Okay, just checked, yes it is. And so then now, are you ready? Sorry, it's just we needed to do that function, that specific function. And so then now, I keep on doing this. Sorry, it's just because most of the time, every single time I change the script, I just publish it because Roblox Studio crashes a lot. What now? Set primary part C frame. It's supposed to be the we need to do new dorm, and then okay. So once we're done with that, we just play, and then So as you can tell, we need to name it underscore dorm 0 so that it can be identified and moved. So then now it will still move us there, but we've got the dorm duplication working. So then now all we need to do is, the reason why we've got that player thing over in the leave door is because instead we can just do local players dorm is equal to, you ready for this? We're going to do a function which finds dorm. All we need to do, we just need to do dorm for IV in pairs workspace get children do if the dot name split. Now instead of doing a 2, we're doing a 1 because we need the username is equal to player dot name. Then dorm is equal to v, and then we can just do return dorm, and then player dorm would be able to find dorm. We want the player, and so instead we're just going to go ahead and do players dorm dot primary parts dot seat frame. Wait, no, players dorm. Wait for child. It's over here, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Entry location. Yes, I know about this. So we're gonna move over to the entry location C-frame. And so if we've got the dorm, we've got the area we need to actually teleport to, it should work. So let's go over here. Gonna go into works, but yes, as you can tell, this is my dorm right there. What now, output? It doesn't want to work. Alright. So this is another problem I encountered. We need to do and b.name split underscore 2. That's all we need to do, because we just need to make sure there is a 2. Because if it's only a 1, then it's gonna be the player, because it's just like, yeah, it works. Because there is no underscore in their name. And so if we're splitting it and we're doing 1, it's still the player, which is pretty annoying. And so then, but now we've got it working. Now, like, I could go over there, but it's always gonna teleport me to my specific dorm. So like, yeah. So that's something which I feel like a bunch of people might want to learn about, because honestly I couldn't make it ages ago. It was something which I definitely wanted to try learning about making ages ago, but it's just a simple way to create dorms which will just multiplicate for each player. You could use this like even in a tycoon if you want a certain starting area where like they can upgrade, and then like maybe they go in an arena afterwards and go back to their area to upgrade. I don't know, but it's still just really useful. I'm pretty certain mine is Haven does this, where they multiplicate a starting area for every single player, and because there's different areas which you can upgrade in minus Haven. I haven't played that game in ages, but I'm pretty certain it does the same. So probably not the same method with the dorm thing. Maybe the same, like just for agent underscore or the name of the player, but like yeah. But with this you could create quite a lot. So yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, and so that's how I created this. If you want to learn about the lights, it's honestly pretty simple. So I made it so then, since there's obviously lights which I don't want to turn on, like which I want to stay kept on all of the time, I made it so then if it has a folder, so if there's any object which has the name light in it, and it has something, let me show you. So if this is just turning on all lights, because it gets changed into smooth plastic. So if they can find the name light in it, it's enabled, is gonna be true. So if you have the Nightwise L, which is a folder inside of your block, it's gonna do this. And if so, turn on all lights, turn off all lights. So all we need to do is we just need to do to turn on all lights. If the clock time is under 6, or it's over 6 o'clock in the afternoon, then turn it on. But if it's after 6 in the morning, but before 6 in the afternoon, then just turn them all off. Because as you know, it's a waste of electricity. As for the DOM GUI, wait, I'm pretty certain, is it? Start test. It's not over there. Alright, yeah. All I literally just do is oh, by the way, if you're wondering why that's there, it's not. There's also a secret text, but, let's go over here. Like, literally all it does is it just goes, player, wait for child player GUI, and then DOM GUI is equal to, enabled is equal to true, and, if not, and then in the local script it'll just disable it whenever you leave. Sorry, not in the local script, in the other script. And if you want to see the secret message, so yeah, that's how you do this. Honestly, it's just like not really. I mean, it is a tutorial, but it's just something which I feel like it's quite useful to know about. So yeah, I also hope you like my frame, understando problemo. It's just how you survive school. So yeah.